If you're experiencing a period of silence between your twin flame, it's important to understand a couple of things. First of all, period of silence, perfectly normal. I always say there's no two twin flame journeys that are ever entirely the same, but I've spoken to thousands of people at different stages of the journey, and I've seen repeated periods of silences. I've seen, in some cases, periods of silence where it can last for years. That's not normal, though, thankfully. But it's most important to understand a period of silence isn't a problem, it's a symptom of the problem. It's a symptom of separation. We've covered the separation phase in more detail before, so I'll not get too far into that. I'll put the link below to the full guide if you haven't already seen it. But in short, the separation happens when you meet at a time that you're not yet ready for union. You meet too early. Separation doesn't happen in every journey, but in my experience, it happens to most. If you're dealing with silent treatment from your twin flame, it's because the separation phase is needed. Your twin isn't trying to hurt you, they're not trying to slow things down, they're not trying to hurt themselves. It's in a way they're acting to protect themselves and they're acting to protect you. I know it doesn't feel that way, but if we can understand how they feel and why they feel this way, it can help to make this phase shorter. Silent treatment from a twin flame isn't new, but it's maybe more noticeable than it used to be. We're more and more used to social media and mobile phones. We're used to getting replies back quickly. And with the kind of connection that a twin flame brings, it's very, very noticeable when you're not speaking, regardless if it's an hour a day, a year, however long it is. One thing you have to remember is twin flames are connected before you ever physically meet, and that doesn't go away. When you're experiencing silent treatment on the 2D, you are still connected, you are still communicating, just in more subtle ways. Commonly, we talk about patterns and synchronicities. Um, Numbers are maybe the easiest way of spotting this. Repeating numbers like 1111 or patterns like 1, 2, 3, 4. We've covered this before, so again, we won't get too far into it. But if you're going through a period of silent treatment where you're not talking to them or they're not talking to you, you will still see these patterns when you look for them because you are still communicating on some level. And that brings us back to that idea of separation and what you need to do during this time. So, if silent treatment with your twin flame is just a symptom of separation, then the answer is the same as we should be doing during any period of separation. I completely understand the need to talk to your twin flame. I understand that periods of silent treatment when they're not replying can be painful. But what we do with this time is important. I say it's important, but I'm afraid I can't say that it's easy. If you're dealing with silent treatment and they're not replying to you, the best thing you can do for both yourself and for them is not to push it. We see it time and time again when we pressure a runner twin flame and it backfires. Make sure they know that you're available to speak. Leave the lines of communication there open, but take this time and focus on yourself. Your professional goals, your personal goals, your own spiritual journey. If you take this time and focus on you, it isn't selfish. It isn't you ignoring them. It isn't making the situation worse. It's the best thing you can do during a period of separation. It will bring you both closer to union. It'll make things easier for both of you. And when you trigger this period of self growth in your